Ashley. Yep, that's me.
And me.
Okay, good.
Thank God.
So we're back.
We're back.
We're jet setters, guys. This podcast is getting... Well, what we have figured out is we can really just do this pod wherever we are. Today, we are in Phoenix.
Once you get the right equipment, you really can do it anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a very cute setup.
I like it in here.
Those watching us on YouTube can see.
Okay, this is a little bit brighter, lighter.
Yeah. It's giving clean. It's giving soft girl.
It's giving clean girl era. Ash, I brought you a present today. This is not a sponsor paid ad. Ash and I are getting ready to try a cannabis beverage company High Tide THC seltzer water. Mm-hmm. Actually, that's mine. Sorry, okay. I'm reneging.
Oh, yeah, because I wanted the passion fruit.
Yeah. I would love to just do this little pod here and see how it goes.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Ooh. I don't want to waste a drop.
I don't want to. Oh, my God, now mine's exploding.
Yeah, that's what you get for laughing at me.
You know what it is? It's cutesy. It's demure.
It's tasty. That's more important.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Do you want to taste this one?
Mm-mm.
No?
I have a problem right now because...
Why?
I got that lip flip. Oh. And I can't...
And it's weird feeling. First of all, let me tell you something. It takes it like a day to kick in, right?
It takes like a week for me.
So I think the first day I didn't feel anything. I think literally the next day I started feeling what was to come. It was a slow progression of having less and less control of my upper lip. And when I tell you, when it hits and then all of a sudden you'd be like,
oh, shit. Oh. I can't move it.
Yeah. It makes it hard to drink stuff.
Yes, I will.
Did you ever suck dick? How's sucking dick with it?
I know, I haven't tried. So right now, the can is really tricky.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a weird feeling.
Can you put my drink down by you? Because I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, so we're in Phoenix.
At the beginning of what is a spring break?
What is spring break? Yes.
Where are you taking the girls?
I had every plan to take them to Cabo. That's typically where we go for spring break. Mm-hmm. But then I had a pretty big job pop up on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I don't want to go all the way to Cabo and have to go to the East Coast. So then I was like, oh, the Bahamas or Miami. Taking your kids to Miami felt kind of wild. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I mean, but that's the thing. I started realizing that all my friends that have kids have taken their kids to Miami. And when I asked Charlie, I was like, would you rather go to Miami or the Bahamas? And she was like, I want to go to Miami. And then I asked Chase, and she was like, yeah, I want to go to Miami. I guess for me, it's just like Miami is like a party town for me.
I was gonna say, it's because you had too many wild moments, it feels like, and you just can't even bring kids back to the scenes of the crime.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not the one who's had wild moments there. Let's talk about who really was having the wild moments was their dad. But that's fine.
Oh, still hurt. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Still working on it. Still dealing with past traumas. But anyways, regardless, I'm taking my kids to Miami. Welcome to Miami. We're going to go 4 days in Miami. They'll fly with me to my shoot.
Okay.
And then we'll spend a few days in that city and then head home.
I love this for you. Okay.
Yeah.
But more importantly, right now, I'm thinking how I want my drink.
Oh.
So let's just pour it into cups real quick, and then I can jump in with my...
Okay. Ashley whispering. So I'm taking the girls to Miami. I think it'll be cool. I've done some TikTok research. I found the things that are like kind of cool for kids to do. There's like this jungle type excursion. They only have birds there though, which is kind of creepy because I personally don't like birds, but I know Chase will like it.
Okay.
And they have like a little water park situation there. So I think we may one morning try that.
Okay.
And then just like go back to the hotel.
Yep.
Charlie wants to go shopping, so I'm going to take her to the design district because that's cutesy.
Yep.
Have lunch in the design district. I want to go to Komodo because I like Komodo. Unpopular opinion. People are really hating Komodo these days. Unpopular opinion. They have a few rolls that I really, really like.
If you could get away from your kids on spring break in Miami and want to eat, that food is overpriced as shit, but Gecko is
Where is it?
delicious. It's downtown.
Okay.
It's Bad Bunny's restaurant.
Oh, delish.
What?
Fire. Loved every second.
There's a lot of good eats there. That's one thing you guys can do for sure.
Yeah. And I like that. And my kids like that.
They'll go to the pool, go to the beach.
And the hotel has stuff for the kids. They have a kids pool. They have a playground. They have a kids club. Chase is very excited. She says she can't wait to go to kids club. I'm like, cool.
Did you?
Go to kids club.
How deep in your Google research did you do of these things?
I did a lot of TikTok research.
Okay.
To be honest, that's so weird. I do all my research on TikTok now.
I saw some meme that was like the old person says, "Oh, let me Google it," and the younger person's like, "Oh, let me check on TikTok."
Yeah, no. It's
crazy.
legit.
I asked because the kids club could be like a room which has toys for tots type vibes.
Well, my goal and what I envision the kid club being is like a beach club. It's like near the beach, and they could do arts and crafts on the inside part of it.
Okay.
And that's the type of stuff Chase likes to do. And then maybe she'll make a friend.
Okay,
So she won't annoy me at the pool, and I can just like lay.
Okay. But did you?
I did not. I don't know what the kids club looks like.
You got to do a little digging around. I say that because I got on TikTok a couple ways.
How?
There was this like massage spa that they gave a review on. I was like, the lady was unbelievable, but every time you would call, you couldn't get an appointment because she was like f***ing famous on TikTok.
Stop.
I finally go there. I go to put it in the GPS, and I'm like, why does this building look like this? Sure enough, it's like a little tiny door on a whole brick building with no other windows or anything, with a little umbrella type hood. I tell you, that shit was so disgusting. I realized that girl never showed walking into the building. She never showed the building. She only just showed her on the table. We saw no other part.
Was the massage good though?
The lady was cool, but it was not. I would have never subjected myself to that environment in that place under another circumstance. Like, you know what I
0
mean?
out of 10 do not recommend.
Yeah, but I realized when you think about people's reviews, people have very different standards and have very different exposure. Yeah, so you got to take it and then you got to go in. And it also happened to me a lot in Charlotte with activities. It'd be like, join us for a live indoor game show. Like you bring your friends and you could participate in the game show.
Okay.
Like
Family View.
Yeah, like
that's
type
a dream
setup.
of mine.
It was just like a warehouse space. Think like a blank studio space with different games set up in each corner of the room. And you just like hung out with your friends in the different various games.
So it was really just a photo op.
Yes. Like how those museum of sexes and the
Yeah.
museum of candy.
Yeah.
And you get
The
there and you're like,
slime
wait,
museum.
yeah, like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Do kids have fun at that? Did your kids have fun at the slime museum?
I don't think I took them. But I know they went to that. That's another story.
Is there anything you've taken your kids to and they've been completely unimpressed?
Like everywhere.
No.
When I took Chase to the Clippers game, unimpressed.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, girl. Also, that arena is impressive. And she was like, oh, how much longer? I'm like, look at the clock. I was like, that's why you're not going to any more basketball games, because what you're not about to do is be wasting my money.
And she's like, whatever.
Yeah. She's like, okay. She had food. She
good
was
seats?
just tired. That was, I took her to the SC game.
Yeah.
She had a good time.
Okay.
Women's basketball, what they have done and created specifically for kids, they make it very kid friendly. They make it as fun as possible off the court as well, specifically for kids.
Got it.
So she likes to watch women's basketball. So she was fine. But we hit the car and her ass was out like a light. I'm like, oh, sis gets tired.
What? Unimpressed at the Clippers game was not in my bingo card for Chase.
For Chase. I was so shocked.
Yeah.
And then there was a Lakers game and she was like, I want to go. I said, absolutely not. You're not invited anymore. She was like, can we go? Like, no, we're watching the game, rude.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. That's so...
Yeah. I think it's just the time span for her and like sitting there. Like if she's literally not eating, she's bored. Like, sis, you can't eat the whole time.
Did you get her some chicken nuggets, some French fries?
Girl, we had it all. The food was great at the Clipper game. They had like a whole sushi set up. Like they had a lot. She got popcorn.
She was just less than enthused.
But that's good. Ain't no buying 3 tickets to no basketball game no more. Chase can stay home.
Save me some money.
Save me some money. Period. Basketball tickets are expensive. I mean, really everything is expensive, but wild.
I think it depends on the city and the team, but yeah.
In LA, absurd. Also, did I tell you about how they do the valet at LA?
Yeah.
But okay, because the Clippers used to play there.
Okay.
So one time I had gone to a Clippers game and literally the next day I was going to a Laker game.
Okay.
So I pulled up into the valet at the Clippers game.
Yeah.
It cost like $100 to valet.
Okay. Which is outrageous.
Outrageous, but convenience is important to me.
Okay.
So the next day I pull up to the Laker game and I think I may have had cash or whatever. And she was like, it's 200. I was like, huh? I was literally here yesterday and it was 100. She was like, oh, they charge more for the Lakers. I was like, the audacity. This is the same lot, the same people. Like nothing has changed. But we are at the same place.
That's wild.
That is wild.
$100 difference.
Yeah.
But can I tell you something? The arena feels like that. An arena for a Lakers game, unless Braun is going crazy or Luka's going crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like people that can afford to have a good time as opposed to diehard basketball fans.
Yeah.
Although we went to a Lakers game the other day. Had a
It
time.
was so fun.
Had a nice little refreshing
That was
daytime fun.
great. Guess what? That game started at 12.
Yes.
That was amazing. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Talk about grown-up activities.
I know. And then we just had a lunch. We were home by 6.
Yeah.
It was like, this is great. That is the type of day that I would love to have.
I love
often.
adulting. Left the house at 11, back by 6. Not thrown off for tomorrow at all.
I got my appropriate rest.
Next time I come back, I want to go to a Clippers game.
Yeah, the new stadium is an experience. However, they're also trying to like steal your life. Getting in there is tough because what they have done is made everything digital.
Yes.
And it is actually a nightmare.
Yep.
They want you to scan your face. I was like, I'm not scanning my face. And they were like, okay, well, then you have to download this app and then you have to get this pass and then you have to come back over here and then we have to log you in and then you put your tickets onto the app. Then did it. I was like, the process took me 20 minutes.
Yeah. I was trying to get a suite for a game and they made me go through the process of creating a profile on that app that they have.
The Intuit app.
Yeah, they want your credit card, they want your height, your weight, your ID. They want your biometrics.
They want everything. It's wild. What are they doing over there?
Well, it's interesting because when I went to the game in Boston, I went to go buy water at the store and they stopped me at the door and they said, do you have a debit or credit card on you? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, can I take it? And I'm like, well, I didn't even buy anything yet. They're like, no, we put it on file. And then when you walk out the store, whatever you have like in your hand or you walk out with will register.
That's crazy,
and they'll
right?
charge you.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to hand over my credit card before I even decided.
Before you even go in.
That's what I said. I'm like, what if I don't want anything?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, then you won't get charged. She said, as long as you don't go through these doors, like
The little turnstile. I was at an airport that had that.
Yeah. So whatever you walked out with, it just charged you.
And this was at the
Boston Arena. You had to swipe your card to get in or let the lady scan your card to get in.
And then that's crazy. What if I don't get anything? Now you just have my information.
Correct, which is what I said.
Yeah.
I said, don't worry about it, no problem. I'll go to the bar and get a water.
Yeah.
She said, it's still touchless over there.
Oh, she's like, bitch, you're not escaping us.
Yeah.
This is happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
I also saw, was it Whole Foods? No. Where was I? It said that I can I can pay with my palm. I believe it was Whole Foods.
Oh, probably.
You can pay with your palm.
Yeah, no, it's wild. They really don't need that information. They're putting us into a database. Did you watch Paradise?
No.
Oh.
I think it might be too much for me. How do you feel?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay.
The one thing that I do enjoy, and this is as far as I like, is that being able to use my phone to pay for things.
Yep.
But like, that is mine. I don't want to give you all this access at any time.
I saw something online. We might have to look up the article that said SpaceX was calling for people who would be willing to test themselves with a chip inside of them.
You know what?
Let's look this up. Actually, hang on.
Not a chip inside them. Yeah, no, it's getting like the movies that we used to watch.
So here's what we have.
Okay.
In January of last year, Elon Musk's Neuralink inserted the first brain chip into a human. So the first human patient has received an implant from brain chip startup Neuralink on Sunday and is recovering well. The company's billionaire founder, Elon Musk, said. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Spikes are activities by neurons, which the National Institute of Health describes as cells that are used as electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain to the body. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration had given the company clearance last year to conduct its first trial to test the implant on humans, a critical milestone as the startup's ambitions to help patients overcome paralysis and a host of other neurological conditions. In September, Neuralink said that it had reached approval for a recruitment and human trial. The study uses a robot to surgically place a brain computer implant in the region of the brain that controls intention to move, Neuralink said previously, adding that its initial goal is to enable people to control a computer set cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. The implant's ultrafine threads help transmit signals to participants' brains. The first product from Neuralink would be called telepathy, Musk said in a separate post on X. Yeah. So what I must have seen on social media was the recruitment call for people to come and join the test.
Absolutely not. I'm not getting a chip. This is literally like a movie.
You know what's wild is I keep saying, oh my God, it's like a movie, it's like a movie. And it's like, there's so many things that have been like movies, but they haven't been so dangerous that they don't feel bad. Like, for instance, everyone's like, oh my God, remember Back to the Future when we said we would have?
Yeah.
Remember when? Because those movies didn't feel like such a threat.
Yeah.
The things that they're doing now, the movies we've seen that follow this storyline, that follow this plot, don't end well.
At all.
That's exactly what it is. It's like we've seen these movies and it didn't end well.
What is it, like I Am Legend or something? Wasn't there a movie like this with...
I don't know.
Was I Am Legend the one with the robots?
I didn't see I Am Legend. So I don't know how we got there.
Me neither.
But either way, what I did want to say is I saw an article that said that this is the most expensive spring break ever. I think I sent it to you.
When I was looking at prices, I felt like it was astronomical.
This year.
Like the hotels, the flights, everything is significantly higher.
Damn. What's the appropriate age that you stop sharing a room with your kids?
Oh my God, I'm there. Whatever it is, it's happening
right now. You need it.
I don't like it. I like to get adjoining rooms. That's my jam. Like a suite, although it's nicer, doesn't really work. I like adjoining rooms. I get two queens and a king, and everybody gets their own bed, and we're right here with it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do adjoining rooms.
Mm-hmm. What's your sleeping arrangement?
I got a suite. So we're going to see how it works out.
So all three of you share a bed?
No. I think what I'll do is Charlie and Chase, they love to fight, those two. Real fun time. And so I think I'm going to have Chase sleep with me.
Okay.
And then Charlie, the living room has like a day bed. You know what I mean? So she can sleep in the living room.
Yeah. And I'm sure she'll want her own space anyway.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
The more I talk about it, the more I feel like it's not a great idea. But let's just see. You traveled this week too, right?
Yeah. And I feel like ever since, remember we talked about, I can't remember what episode it is, Patty.
Oh,
that was on my
Chatty
flight.
Patty.
Chatty Patty on my flight.
Yeah.
God has been placing the most interesting characters around me at the airport.
So it's like your new thing.
Yeah.
Plain stories.
Or like I'm just always a part of an interesting situation happening. So for instance, the other day, get on the plane, board the flight, sitting in first class. All the seats in first class are taken. We end up getting delayed for some type of mechanical or whatever. So 40 minutes, we're on the ground. They offer us champagne, wine, do all the things. Give us a little snack. People in coach aren't getting anything.
Nothing. Does it make you feel bad?
No. It doesn't make me feel bad because when I'm in coach, I come prepared with a snack or something. So I like if you wanted something, you would have something. You would have figured it out.
Just prepare.
brought an apple, put some grapes in a bag. Like you would have did something if you wanted.
I feel you.
So no, it's your choices.
An apple is a great snack.
Choices. Anyhow, wine and dine us, give us snacks, give us alcohol, whatever. We're still waiting on them to fix the mechanical. And the gate agent comes onto the plane. And he's talking to the flight attendant, and they're looking at the manifest with all they're talking and they're looking. And I'm like, what is going on? All of a sudden, they walk together to 3C, like stomp their little 7 feet they go.
Yeah.
They're like, excuse me, what's your name?
You?
No, to a woman.
Oh,
in 3C.
shit. I thought it was you. No. Okay.
And she's like, mine? And they're like, yeah. Why? Well, are you Mr. something? And she was like, no. They're like, so what is your name? Because right now it looks as if you've boarded with a fraud boarding pass. And the lady's like, oh, hang on. She pulls out a paper boarding pass and hands it to them. It says 8C on her boarding pass. So like, ma'am, your seat is back here.
They took her up out of first class.
Her up out of first class.
That's tricky.
They took her up out of first class.
Because that was someone else's seat.
No.
So then the seat was empty?
So it was like this older white lady. They then upgraded the girl that was supposed to have that seat. And it was like a young 20-something black girl.
Sick.
The whole experience was just like, ooh.
Oh, look at this. Oh my God.
So I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, people do that all the time. They'll just sit down and see if they can get away with it. And if they don't, they'll be like, oh, sorry.
I don't like to sit in other people's seats at like concerts or games or whatever. That makes me so uncomfortable because if someone's come like, oh, this isn't your seat, I die immediately. It's like immediate embarrassment.
Yeah, because you automatically feel like
a fraud.
They think you are intentionally doing it.
Yeah, I hate it.
Anyway, so I thought that was a funny story. And then getting on my third flight was so interesting. So you know how when you're waiting for your flight, you're back to back with someone so close. So you're basically in each other's conversations, anything you talk about. So my back was behind the back of a guy, let's call him George. And my right shoulder behind me was a guy, let's call him Fred. So I'm basically in between George and Fred's conversation.
George and Fred.
George and Fred are there talking about how Fred met his wife online. Fred says, yeah, I met her on Match.com. George goes, man, I did Match.com for a little bit, but you know, online dating doesn't really work for me. Fred says, I met both my wives on Match.com. And George is like, really? I don't get it. He's like, granted, my first wife, I was in my 40s, so it was a lot easier. My 60s, it was a little harder when I met my second wife. But you know, we started dating, we got to know each other, and we just decided that we're going to do this. And he's like, man, I don't know. It's just very hard once you get older to date.
Yeah.
And I realized I'd never heard older men talk about it being hard to date.
I know.
Think about what it is as a man to upload a photo of yourself.
I literally just got the chills. That's so cringy.
Anyhow, Friday was like, yeah, it was a lot harder like when I was older, but you know, we figured it out, this, that, and the third. And George was like, I don't know, like I want to meet a good woman. And
Poor George.
Yeah, poor George, right? And Fred says, well, you know, how does Lori feel about that?
Who's Lori?
Lori is George's ex-wife.
Oh.
He was like, you know, we've been divorced for about a year and a half now. She doesn't have any problems with it. You know, I really took good care of her while she was sick. And so, you know, it sounds like she just wants to see me happy. And he was like, oh, well, sounds like you got it better than me. When my wife died, I started dating 6 months after, and her kids didn't take it very well. He said, but, you know, she had cancer. So as she was dying, she told me the things that she wanted for me. I asked her, how long before you think I should date again? And she said, the sooner I can see you happy, the better. So he was like, so like my conscience was clear over it, and her kids were upset. And George is like, yeah, nah, I don't think that Lori has a problem with it. And as I listened to two older men have a conversation about love, life, and dating, it was such an interesting perspective.
That is. I actually really like to hear that
But I also then thought
about me.
about the woman who told her husband, the sooner you can be happy, the better. And I just thought how that probably won't be my...
No, that's not my thing. That's why when she said that, I put my face down because guess who's never saying that? Me. Matter of fact, don't get married again. I'm going to haunt both of you. I'm going to be up in that house. Don't mess with me.
Okay. Is there an amount of time after death that you believe you should start dating again?
I mean, death is so...
Socially acceptable time to start dating.
Okay. So like socially acceptable. I mean, I think you should wait like... It's tough. But are we talking about a real relationship or to just get out on the dating scene?
A real relationship.
Like get in a relationship with someone else.
Yeah.
My gut wants to say a year is socially acceptable because you've given yourself a little time to heal and then it's giving you time to meet people and then potentially build with someone where you get to the point where you're in the relationship. You don't want to just jump into something, right?
I feel like put yourself in the shoes of a kid.
A child.
Yes. So imagine there's a child who has two parents. The mother died. The dad is going to start dating again. When does it?
Never.
Insane.
It never feels good.
And that's what Fred said to George. He said, and you can't really worry about other people because it never will be a good time for them.
You're absolutely
They
right.
lost somebody.
Especially when there's kids.
Her sister is never going to feel like it was fine for Fred to move on.
No.
Her kids were never going to feel like it was fine for Fred to
But
move on.
do you think that she was genuinely fine with Fred moving on?
That's what she told Fred.
That's a tough conversation to have because not only am I dying, but like, I guess I would want them to be happy.
I
would want them to be happy. I'm not going to say like, please go find someone to make you happy. I want you to be happy. Okay. Whatever that looks like for you. Okay. I'm not going to be like, go find someone to make you happy. Like, nah. Bro, you could possibly find happiness by yourself. Let's figure it out.
You might discover a whole new level of happiness with the woman after you.
And that would make me sick.
What do you call it when it's like final, like cancer is terminal?
Yeah, terminal.
So if you had a terminal illness and your partner came to you and said, what do you want me to do about moving on? Like once you're gone.
I'm not saying the sooner the better for sure. What did sis say?
Yeah, the sooner the better.
The sooner the better? No. I will say that you can move on. I would just love if you take time to heal. And also if we have kids, like, can you make sure that they are comfortable? That would be my priority.
Yeah.
Like your kids should then become the priority.
Yeah. Okay. So now you don't have any kids.
No kids.
Yeah.
So he's just by himself.
I wouldn't want anyone else to bear your last name.
Oh.
I mean, to have your last name.
Like, don't get married again.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I know a lot of divorced people that don't want to get married again anyways. A lot of people aren't really interested in that. Like,
Yeah.
so that I'm cool with you not getting married again.
I understand how selfish it sounds, by the way.
It does sound selfish.
But I just feel like I don't know that I have it in me to say, yeah, good luck with somebody else. Like, no, I just died. We're not together because we chose this.
yeah. We didn't choose this. This chose us.
Yeah, this chose
I
us.
don't
Like,
want- you know what I
gotta
decided?
end this, but like,
don't ask me that question. That's on you. I don't want to have that question. I'm already dying. Like, please don't do more to me. Like, don't ask me. I don't want to be asked that question, actually.
okay,
Okay? Let me die in peace.
interesting.
I don't want to be asked. Don't put that on me. That will be your decision. Yeah, so I don't want to be asked the question. That's my final answer. Don't ask me. And if they say it to me, I'm going to be like, I don't want to be asked that question.
And he's like, George asked him about how he felt about like kind of losing those relationships. And Fred said, me and my sister-in-law were really close. And we maintained that closeness once she died. But once I got in a new relationship,
She was not interested.
I lost a really good friend, 100%.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, that made me, so.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
so-
actually really interesting.
And then I guess I just thought about like how many people I encounter through travels, like what their stories are.
I know.
There's so completely different types of people from different walks of life and world. And it's just like, it's insane when you really think about it.
It is quite interesting. All the different people being in like a space.
Occupying the bullet of a transportation vessel that flies through the sky.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, I need a Xanax to get on a plane.
My prayers now, before I take off, girl, my airplane prayers have been hitting different lately. Like, God,
that
please,
is the perfect time. Like,
let me break through. If ever I can break through right now, please let it be now. Just hear all of this and
please.
apply.
Please.
Gotta and apply.
There's been a lot.
Anyways, girl, what are you watching nowadays?
Everything. I haven't had to travel really for probably the last 5 weeks.
Okay.
I had one quick trip. And so I've been home and I've been watching so much TV.
Okay, what have you been watching?
Okay, I've been watching everything. Paradise, which you haven't seen.
What is that about?
It's so hard to talk about it without ruining it.
Okay.
It's basically about the president dies. And there's a guy, he's the guy from This Is Us, Sterling K. Brown, who I really like him as an actor. He's like the lead, and he's this president's secret service. And so it's about like solving the president's murder.
Oh, interesting.
But it takes a quick turn really fast.
Okay.
And I don't want to ruin it for anyone. And that's literally as far as I can go.
Okay, great. So Paradise,
I think it's worth a watch. Did I love the way they wrapped the season out? No. I wanted more from it. However, I feel like the show is good and everyone should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so
then,
what else are you watching?
Temptation Island. Okay. Have you watched Temptation Island before?
Girl, I've never watched it before. I got sucked in because there's a girl that was talking to a guy friend of mine, and we followed each other on social media. And then randomly a few weeks ago, she was like, put a post up like, oh, some of you guys have been messaging me about seeing me on Temptation Island. So excited for
someone
you.
that was on the most recent season? Let me see.
But imagine just meeting somebody and she's talking to a guy you know.
Yeah.
And then the next post you see like a few months later is like, and catch me on Temptation Island.
Sis, this is what I was going to say.
I gotta watch.
Oh, so you watched the latest season?
I've watched the first 4 episodes.
Okay. So the premise of this show is wild to me. First of all, I'm not participating.
First, you gotta tell the people who have no idea what the premise of this is.
So basically, 4 couples come to this island. They are at a point in their relationship where they feel that the best thing to do to get them to the next stage of their relationship, whatever that might be, is to essentially tempt their significant other by bringing them around. What is it, like 15? 15 single, beautiful, perfect-bodied women and men, to be fair.
Okay, couples, are you ready to put your relationships to the ultimate test?
We're ready.
I walk, you talk, you want everything I want.
Standing in front of you are 24 eligible singles. They are on this island for one reason, to tempt you.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, we're just trying to see if we're going to get engaged and get married. This is the final test will prove it. Or like, she doesn't trust me and I want to show her she can trust me by putting me around all these women and see what I do. Or like, he's not ready to choose me. So if he wants to choose something else, I want him to do that. Like, there's all these reasons why the couples come.
All the different reasons.
And so they go to this island. And then when they get to the island, they move into villas with, we're calling it 15 men or women. So the 4 men from the 4 couples go to the island and move into a villa with other women.
Yes.
The 4 women who come in with their couple move into a villa with 15 other men.
Yes.
And occasionally throughout this time, they show you videos of what the person is doing or show you special effects. Maybe they flash a light when people are hooking up. Or, they do different things. But the goal is, I guess, at the end of this, to see if you're going to come out strong as a couple or break up. Why?
Why do I want to do this on national television?
And what is the chance in the world that someone goes on this and doesn't disrespect their partner?
Slim to none.
I mean, you watched it. So did anybody not disrespect their partner?
Well, am I ruining it?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Skip
Spoiler
ahead.
alert. One couple ends up together and he proposes.
Got it. But did he disrespect her in the process?
She definitely cried. She definitely felt disrespected, but he didn't like hook up with anybody or anything crazy like that. Do you know that on this show had a threesome on the show?
No.
Immediately after the threesome is like, yeah, I love my girl. I'm going to do everything that I can to keep this relationship together. I know she's the one that I wanted to be with. I just needed to get that out my system, essentially. Wow. On national television.
Wow. There is absolutely not a chance in hell that you could tell me what would solve my relationship problems is to put my man around a bunch of other women.
A bunch of other women for, I think, 4 weeks.
Girl.
I think they are there 4 weeks.
I was getting my hair done while I was watching it, and she was like, wait, how long are they there? I'm like, you know what? I think I heard 4 weeks.
A month.
Yeah, nah.
Nope. Not doing it. So.
Damn.
Yeah. You got to finish.
I've turned it on looking for her, but she's so far not one of the girls that's like one of the main couples outside in the villa.
I think, yeah, she comes in with another girl.
Oh, she's not in yet.
Yeah, maybe if that's
I think
who it is.
that must be what it is.
Okay. Well, I want to see her Instagram.
I'm definitely going to show you her
Yeah.
Instagram. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so Temptation Island.
Yeah.
Any other dating shows or reality shows?
No, that's the only dating reality show. Everything else is like a show. There's a new Shonda Rhimes show on Netflix.
I definitely saw the preview for that
Yes.
and want to check it out. It's
Yes.
The Residence.
The Residence.
Oh, The Residence.
The Residence is about the White House. There's a murder in the White House, and they bring in this detective, and she's like a little bit kooky. They call it a comedy.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. And then anything else you're watching?
God, I had one more show. Oh my God, White Lotus. Have you been watching it?
Yes, I am watching White Lotus.
And you're caught up.
I am caught up.
I don't know. It's my least favorite White Lotus so far.
For some reason, I have short-term memory loss on the first 2 seasons of White Lotus, despite thoroughly enjoying them.
You know what's interesting is that when they brought in the character from the past, I couldn't actually remember what happened. Did he? It's a spoiler, but did he kill her?
Okay, so did Greg, which was his name on season 2.
Yeah, because she was with like those guys.
That she knew was gonna try to kill her.
Yeah.
And I think she jumped off.
Did she take bad drugs? I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I thought about going back to watch it because I really couldn't remember that.
And then I realized I really can't remember the first one.
I know.
Where was the first one?
The first one was in Maui or Hawaii.
Hawaii.
They met there. Then in the second one, they were in love, and I think they were just on vacation. Then she died, and now it's him.
And by she and him and she and
I
him.
know, that was a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope you
It's
followed.
fine. Yeah. Anyways, White Lotus is worth a watch for sure.
I saw a meme that said this White Lotus is a reminder to never go on a 3-person girls trip.
I saw that too, and I thought that was so good. The way that they're all talking about each other in different groups and rotating is
It's
wild.
crazy. And then getting mad that the others are talking
Yeah.
about them like you weren't just participating
Exactly. It's weird. And then they started talking about politics. It was weird. The whole thing was weird. I don't love the dynamic.
Yeah, that's probably the least interesting set of characters for me.
Yeah.
Is that friend group.
Yeah.
How about the dad that was part of the Ponzi scheme with his family?
Yeah.
2 sons
Yeah.
and a daughter. Daughter that wants to become a Buddhist. One son struggling with his sexuality. And one son trying to follow in his dad's footsteps.
Yeah.
And his loony bin wife.
Crazy.
They're like probably one of the
Nuts.
wildest set of characters I've watched.
Are they
in a
from
while.
North Carolina?
It gives that. I don't know where they're
I
from.
feel like they said that at some point.
Well, it would make sense because didn't the dad go to Duke and mom UNC?
That's maybe why I thought
Yeah.
that, because they talked about their colleges. So I
Yeah.
just assumed that they live in Charlotte.
yeah.
In my head, that's
Yeah.
where they're from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's a solid watch.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why that is one show I love and cannot remember.
Yeah, that's so interesting. You're absolutely right. I don't have a lot of recollection either. And I thought about going back to watch it, but I'm like, whatever, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, I'll figure it out.
Are there any other shows like that you love but can't remember what happens in?
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
You have no idea what
Don't ask me about it. Like, don't ask me to explain Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like, I watched it. Just know that, okay? And that's all I got to tell you.
It's wild.
It
don't know.
is.
I can explain a lot of things, even if I didn't love it. But
Yeah.
to love White Lotus and not be able to tell anybody, it's about a bunch of guests on a resort, is what I
Well,
would say.
I think that was another meme that I saw, and it basically said White Lotus is just about like people's business, and we're like watching people's business unfold on vacation.
Yeah, but it's kind of ties back to like my plane stuff from earlier.
Yeah.
We are all on an
Yeah.
airplane in a hotel, just temporarily existing in this space
Yeah.
together for maybe what it might be only one time in our entire lives.
And following that dynamic where all these different people's lives cross, I think is interesting. So I think it's a good show. It's definitely worth a watch.
But the boat that they go on for the boat
Oh,
party.
girly, that was a lot for me, to be honest.
What?
That whole boat situation.
The whole boat scene.
The whole boat scene was a lot for me.
Yeah. I was just going to talk about how that's the kind of boat I want to have for my birthday.
Oh, okay, that is a beautiful boat. It had like a big like pool, like,
It had pools. It had
Yeah.
rooms on rooms on
Yeah.
rooms. It had decks on
and
decks
the rooms
on
looked
decks.
good sized. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the type of boat. Not in Thailand though.
I don't really have an interest in going to Thailand.
So to be honest with you, I did until I started watching this show, and now I'm kind of like, I could probably not do that. Legitimately,
That has.
it doesn't make Thailand appealing to me personally.
It does.
No,
The Thailand tourism board has to get.
They need to get
top
on
of
this.
immediately.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
if I'm gonna go that far, I want to go to Singapore, like the Crazy Rich Asians or something.
Yo, what did they say they call white guys that come to Thailand? White guys that come to Thailand, they
shoot.
called them losers back home.
They said
call
that at
them
dinner, right?
LBHs. They call them losers back
Yeah.
home. And I just thought, wow, if I go to Thailand, I'm about to run into a bunch of LBHs.
Yeah. They might have boats like that. Your money probably goes farther there.
I looked up what hotel it's at. It's at the Four Seasons.
Oh, that's the Four Seasons? Mm-hmm. Interesting. So those that's part of the Four Season residences, and then they have the hotel as well, probably. You
I didn't look
they
it
have-
up.
I wonder if they have residences. Like, did you see the house that they filmed in after they got off the boat?
Yes.
That house was fire.
That might not have been on the property.
Oh, you think that? Yeah.
might
But
have
that would
been.
be fire if it was one of the Four Season residences. Imagine. Then you would maybe go to Thailand.
Maybe.
Yeah. If you were staying in that villa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyways.
that was a good TV time. So wrapping up TV time.
Yeah.
We're saying yes to watching Temptation Island if you like trash TV like
Yes.
us. We are saying yes to The Residents. Well, I'm saying yes to The Residents. I think it's great. I love Shonda Rhimes. So if you like Shonda Rhimes, definitely watch it.
Yep.
And then White Lotus, you should watch it.
I just opened up a bag of sour Skittles that are so old.
Ew, I hate old candy.
The whole pack of Skittles is
So
stuck
sad.
together.
That's so sad because it's like you want the candy so bad and then it's old. It doesn't taste the same at all.
It tastes the same.
Oh, well, you're killing it then.
What time is it?
It's question time.
What time is it?
It's question time.
I got one.
Oh, you got a question.
Ash,
Yep.
honestly, does social media make you feel better or worse about yourself?
It depends on where my algorithm is at. It doesn't usually make me feel bad. Yeah.
I'm sure it doesn't make you like, this makes me mad. This makes me angry. Let me
No.
throw my phone across the room.
Yeah, no.
I know not that, but it does stir envy and jealousy
I can see that.
that otherwise wouldn't exist inside of you.
Now you can be in everybody's life. People post everything on social media. It's crazy to me. So you can start comparing yourself, but you're only seeing people's highlights. That's what everyone tells you.
Right. I remember before I got my kitchen redone, seeing girls making content in their kitchen and thinking, oh, I would need a better content. I need a better kitchen for this
never
shake.
do that.
To make this shake.
I guess I have to wait.
You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
it didn't make me feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like it was something
The
I can't.
compare. It's a comparison type thing. It's not like jealousy or envy or anger. It's just comparing yourself. I can see that.
Yeah.
I think social media does that for a lot of people.
But
That's
not
why
you.
people take breaks and all that things.
But not you.
Yep, that's it. That's my
sense.
answer. I have a question for you, Ash, since you're in a relationship.
What's up?
What qualities do you think that you have that make you a good partner?
I am considerate. I am dependable. I am smart.
You are.
I am experienced and knowledgeable enough to know how to run a home. I am not wasteful. I'm trying to not do things like, I'm loyal, I'm
Yeah,
honest.
like that everyone says.
Yeah, like,
We
like
get
what
that.
I bring to, like,
Yeah.
obviously I'm a solid individual.
What makes
If
you
you're-
a good partner?
Yes. Like,
Yes.
obviously we're together, so
Yes.
you've chosen me.
Yeah.
Now, what are the qualities that make that, like, damn,
Partnership,
you know what I mean? Like,
I do. We're not out here with the basics.
okay, question for you.
Okay.
I feel like at surface level it's going to seem stupid.
Okay.
I think we can go into it.
Okay.
Would you rather get $100 or 100 lottery tickets?
Okay. Here's the thing about me. I am not a lucky person. Every time I've played the freaking lottery, I lose.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. When I gamble, my money's gone so fast. It's just not me. It's just not my thing. I have other things. That's not it. So I'll just take the 100 because
That's interesting. I thought you were going to say the 100 lottery tickets because when you start to look at this day and age, what really could you get for $100?
nothing. Maybe like an Uber Eats. to my house.
You know what I'm saying?
Some sushi.
When if I choose the 100 lottery tickets, I do have a chance.
You do.
I might walk away with nothing, but $100 in 2025 feels
It's
like,
like, yeah. And that's crazy that that's where we're at.
that's
how fast it can go.
nuts. I saw a meme the other day that had a photo of a nail salon price board from like many years ago. It said, ladies, how much y'all nails used to cost?
Like nothing. Nothing.
In New York City,
Yeah.
I could get a gel nail polish in college for $20.
You could never. I don't leave the nail shop between my nails and my toes. I spend over $150 almost every time.
I just got my nails done. It was $125.
Yeah.
If I would have done my toes too, it would have been another $60.
Yeah, that's crazy.
$180,
You
almost
didn't hear?
$200. Yeah. Expensive.
Expensive. Okay, I don't care. I'm not lucky. I'll take the 100. The
$100.
Just call it.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. Ash. What's something that scrambles your brain every time you think about it? Like that's just so wild that you're just like, what in the F?
Oh, that's interesting. Scrambles my brain. It's the idea of being in prison.
Oh my God. I hate to think about it.
I know we have the
Yeah.
amazing clip here. YouTube, put it right
Okay.
here. Go to look at that. But yeah, sis, I never want to go to jail.
And it scrambles it. Your brain be scrambling.
Like,
And
oh my
dropping.
God, what would I do? Like, as you saw, Karen Huger got sentenced to a year
Yeah.
in jail. Mm-hmm. And my brain scrambled.
Girl, I can't. I cannot. I can't do days. Don't give me 30 days. I can't do it.
My brain scrambled.
I'll lose it.
What makes my brain scramble? Honestly, a crossword puzzle.
Crossword puzzles, yeah.
They stress me out. And I am never smart enough or as aware of pop culture or whatever it is to understand any of the hints.
Yeah. And they use words that, depending on what type of crossword you're doing,
This is what I'm saying.
they be really, who creates them?
Brain scrambled.
Yeah. Brain scramblers.
Scrambled. Brain scrambled.
Yeah.
A lot of things make my brain scramble.
Yeah. Well, now we know a few.
Maybe that could be a good segment. What makes your brain scramble this week? What scrambled your brain this week?
And then like just uncover some weird something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're blocking my good light. There you go.
Ooh, that's beautiful sunset.
Yeah,
that is a fire sunset.
All right. Well, that's that on that. I'll talk to you next week. We have another guest next week.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Bye.